having a good time? Yeah! Come on, I say you're having a good time, yeah? Yeah! Alright, definitely I'm going to take you all the way into Africa, okay? And this is how we're going to start it. But in fact, before I start, I want to tell you tonight, I really want to dedicate tonight to a lot of, especially, people in our villages back home in Africa. And especially to my own village, which is called Kamakoni. It's a little village in the northern province of Sierra Leone. That's where I originated from. That's where I was born and grew up. And a lot of the stories, or the story I'm going to tell you tonight, comes from Kamakoni, from my uncles. And also what I'm also doing is when I tell stories like these, I go back home and I actually do a big screen with a projector and show them what I am doing with the stories that they are telling me. It's very, very important in helping them to understand the value of what they have. Because we kind of have this thing of blind imitation of foreign fashion. Yeah. All right. Now, if everybody goes iPod, we become clones, correct? Yeah? So I think it's very important for me and for you as well that we do go back and get them to understand. Hold on to what you have. Repackage it, but hold on to it. It's valuable. Yeah. All right. Now let me warn you, if you've never been in the presence of an African storyteller like myself, brace yourself. Okay, but the idea is that we're all going to take part. We are all going to take part. I'm going to take you deep into the village. Are you ready for me? Yeah. Also, some of you already have this, my leaflet here, and it's for my next show, Africa's Cowfoot. All right? So if you don't have one, look for one. All right? Okay, to kick your Black History Month. Are we all ready? Jumoké, are we ready? We are ready. Now we are all right, okay. When I say in and you say out, I say in. I say in. I say in. When I say to you, I want to tell you a story, and you tell me, oh, get on with it. I want to tell you a story. I said I want to tell you a story. Now let me take you into the proper Limba way. When I say to you, Mborobena, and you say, Yakumpa, Yakampa, Yakpodo. Let us practice that one. Yakumpa, Yakampa, Yakpodo. Kumpa means spoon, Kampa is an elephant, Podo is a bench. So when you come to tell a story, as soon as you say Mborobena, which means it's a story for you, the people say, okay, here's a spoon, here's an elephant, now sit down, get on with it. It's a way of welcoming you, all right? Okay. So let us practice it again. Yakumpa, Yakampa, Yakpodo. On your own. Yakumpa, Yakampa, Yakpodo. Mborobena, Yakumpa, Yakampa, Yakpodo. I say in. I say in. I said I want to tell you a story. I said I want to tell you a story. There were three storytellers who met, and as they met, the first one said, I am the best storyteller, and the second one said, I am the best storyteller, and the third one said, I am the best storyteller, and he said, well, let us meet together, let us tell a story. And the first storyteller, he stood up and he said, I want to tell you a story. And he says, I was walking down the road, I met two pigeons, and these pigeons, they were arguing so much, and the first pigeon got angry, grabbed hold of the second pigeon and swallowed him. And the second pigeon got so angry, grabbed hold of the first pigeon and swallowed him. And the second storyteller said, is that what you got? He said, I want to tell you a story. And he said, well, guess what? I was walking down the road and I met this man. He had cut his head off and he's feeding his head into his mouth. And the third storyteller said, He said, He says, well, I want to tell you a story. He says, well, I was going down the road and I met this woman. She was carrying on her head her hut, her house, her farm, her goat, her sheep, her chicken, everything. And I asked her, hey, woman, where are you going carrying all these many things on your head? She said, I heard of a man who cut his head and is feeding his head into his mouth. So I'm going to meet that man. Who is the best storyteller? I say, I said, I want to tell you a story. Yobena, Yakumpa, Yakampa, Yakodo. There was a woman. And this woman wanted to prepare food for her husband. And this woman, she had one garden. In her garden, she had one okra plant. This okra plant had one okra vegetable. This particular okra vegetable was right at the top of this okra plant that was so tall, so long, it goes into the sky. I said I want to tell you a story. And this woman, she said she wants to prepare okra soup for her husband. And she said she wants that one okra right at the top of this okra plant. And she called her husband, husband. And the husband came out. Yes. And as he came out, she took an axe and gave it to the husband. Said, I want you to chop down this okra plant. Chop it down so I can get the okra right at the top of this okra plant. And as the husband held on to the axe, he started chopping. As the husband chopped down this okra plant, every time a branch fell off, something magical happens. The branch turns into a human being. And this woman, she came up, looked at this human being, and says, you man, you, why are you here? What have you come for? What did you bring? Who are you? And this man stood up, looked at the woman, and he went, hey mama. He says, me that you see here, I have come to chew. He says, my only reason for being here is to chew. Please give me something so I can chew. And this woman thought, what kind of a man is this? So she went back here and she got a few coconuts and a few cassava. And she came with all the coconuts and cassava that she had in her backyard, and she put it, and it just about full up this space over here as she put all the coconuts and cassava. And the man looked at the woman. And he smiled. As he sat down, this man started. He went, hey mama. He says, me that you see here, I want to chew. He says, my only reason for being here is to chew. And he started, boomle, alamu cham cham, boomle, alamu cham cham, boomle, alamu cham cham, boomle, alamu cham cham, boomle, alamu cham cham. Tell you a story. And this man, he started like about 7 o'clock in the morning. By the time they said 8 o'clock in the morning, all the coconut and cassava was finished. And the man, he stood up, he looked at the woman, and he went, hey mama. He says, me that you see here, he says, I want to chew. He says, my only reason for being here is to chew. So please give me something so I can chew. And the woman thought, what kind of a man is this now? So she thought, okay, I'll go to my neighbor. So she went to her neighbor and she said, neighbor, he says, I have a tahine. Now tahine in my language, the Limba language in Sierra Leone, Tahine means a stranger. He says, I have a Tahine, and this Tahine, all he wants to do is to chew. So please give me something so I can give him to chew. And the Tahine, he stood there, but the neighbor came with more coconut and more cassava, and they came and they piled it. He kind of filled up all this room inside in Ronnie Scott's hair. And this man, he stood there, looked at the woman, and he smiled. As he sat down, he went,
"Hey, mama."
He started chewing. Boomle.